And so we give a portion of that back because it wasn't ours to begin with anyway.
Right, right. You know, it's interesting. I find that so many fundraisers have I wouldn't say a religious per se background, but they're certainly, church attenders or synagogue or mosque, whatever have you. Um, and it's interesting to kind of find that you don't see too many atheist fundraisers. So there's always some sort of a thinking that you're put on this earth for a reason. I remember having a discussion with a major donor, it had to be 20 years ago, and he was a multimillionaire and just wouldn't move past a certain level of giving. And we tried to inspire him. And, I even said to him, why do you think some people have more than others? Part of it might be is because you're supposed to be sharing some of it. And he just would have none of that discussion.
Oh, well.
Um, but he was much more on the atheist side of things. But for those that have like a religious belief, they realize that there's something to be said about kind of redistributing the equity in the world.
That's right. I mean, in the three monotheistic faiths, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, all have the same founding books. And those founding books talk at length about what you're supposed to do with your wealth. Interestingly, I was interviewed by Chronicles of Philanthropy maybe 2 years ago about the effects of decreases in church attendance in the U.S. and on philanthropy, because they were tracking tons of data that the fewer people that go to church, the fewer people are generous. And they didn't have as much data on synagogues and mosques because there's not as huge of a sample set for that in the U.S., but they saw what they did have, that the fewer people going to religious services, the fewer people gave, and the smaller percentage they gave away. So there is something deeply intrinsic about religion and faith in giving and being sacrificial with what you have.
Yeah, and I actually also related. I did a study years ago. I was reading a whole bunch of literature, and it was with, I hate the phrase planned giving, so it was bequest giving.
Okay.
But those that attend religious services regularly, however that's defined, on average live longer.
Really?
Really. Really.
Well, that's fascinating.
And
for
it
everybody
blew my
out there
mind.
that's a planned giving officer, I'm sorry.
And it blew my mind, but it's something that has stuck with me for, I don't know, 25 years ago I did it. And I can remember, finding that research that they actually, showed that those that attend religious services on a regular, whatever is regular in that person's mind,
Yeah.
actually live longer than the population status.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, yeah.